We're on the comprehension lesson, and the purpose of this lesson is to understand the author's purpose. A lot of us are good readers. We can call words, we can break words into syllables, we can do a lot of things, but on a deeper level, we need to understand the author's purpose, and that helps us to get more meat, more content, more of the richness out of the writing, whether it's prose or poetry. So the articles that you just read, I had you read different articles, and each of the authors of those articles had a different purpose. Some of the purposes that an author could use might be to inspire you, to make you want to do something great or be like him or somebody that he admires. Another purpose might be to show you how to do something. What are some other purposes that an author could have when they're writing? And you can even think about yourself, because you are an author. Why do you write?
To influence somebody.
To influence somebody, that's true. Explain. Tevin?
To get a better input on things.
Get better, okay. Monique?
No, right to entertain.
Entertain. That's a very good, inform. So all of those purposes are different. And so the author, when he begins to write, has to think about what is his purpose, and then what kind of content do I want to put in the article to achieve the purpose. And that's going to be something that we're going to do very, very specifically today. So to get started, who can tell me what they think the purpose of High Flight was? The author was a pilot, okay? Yes, Tevin, what do you think the purpose of High Flight was?
Like, to inform people, like, to not give up on their dreams, because one time in the story, like, she was a black airplane pilot.
Where is High Flight? High Flight was the one we started with. Okay. Yes?
To entertain?
Could be to entertain. Mm-hmm. Tevin?
So, this one?
Yeah. The one that we started off with.
Inform.
To inform. Do people usually use poems to inform? Sivan, it could be to entertain. Sivan, what do you think the purpose of High Flight was?
To inform people to never give up on their dream.
Okay. It could be sort of an inform in a way. I could bend a little bit on that. Yes, Kathra.
So, I don't know.
The poem is actually about him flying, and I would say it's more to inspire and to share his excitement about flying. Okay? Now, each of you have read an article. I'd like for you to share with the group what was in your article, what the purpose was, and maybe a couple of lines that you highlighted or underlined to show what the purpose of your author was. So Kevin and Monique, tell us about your article. Monet.
Our article was about pilots and they work, what they had to do.
And we think the purpose of this story is to not only know the basics of piloting, but what goes on in everyday life, but also instill in the reader's mind that you have to be dedicated to the job of piloting because there's a lot that comes with it. And we think the story is to inform and explain.
And based on what they've said, would the group agree with that? Because theirs is, tell them why you really, really think that was it. And I would say you're right on target. Was it poetry?
No.
No, definitely not poetry. Definitely prose. Step 1, 2, 3 kind of stuff. Very mechanistic.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is how you do it.
It
Breaks it down.
The one paragraph,
Okay, read that for us.
it said reserve pilots need to be near the airport they fly from and they need their uniform and luggage on hand, because at the moment's notice, they may have to go to work. They don't know where they might go or how far or for how long, so they have to pack for all
Contingencies.
their family lives can be put on hold in an instant. If they are watching their children, they need a solid backup who can quickly step in. Most reserve pilots are expected to be ready to fly at the airport 60 to 90 minutes from when they are first paged.
Right. So it's really telling them about the hardship of being a pilot. And if you really are wishy-washy about wanting that career, are they going to make it here?
Nope.
And that author is telling you that, isn't it? You really got to want this or you won't make it. Okay. All right. Ashley, what was your article about, and what do you think your author's purpose was?
I read Bessie Coleman, and I think it was about, even though she been through a lot of hardships with her and her family, she still didn't give up on her career, no matter what it took for her to get there.
And what are some of the things that you underlined that made the author's purpose clear to you?
Bessie Coleman, the daughter of a poor Southern African American family, became one of the most famous women in African Americans in aviation history. And Bessie was a highly motivated individual. Despite working long hours, she still found time to educate herself by borrowing books from a traveling library.
Okay, so she had some challenges, and they're sharing that with you.
Yes.
Very excellent. Okay. Okay. Sevon, what was the title of your article, and what do you think the author's purpose was?
Oh, Tom, Bessie Coleman, 1893, 1926.
Okay.
The purpose? To inform people that the door is open to follow, to whoever want to follow our footsteps.
Okay. Very good. All right. Good throw.
My title was "No One Owns the Sky" was a poem, and the purpose was never give up, keep following your dreams, don't worry about anything what nobody say, and just do what you want to do. Don't let nobody tell you that you cannot do anything.
Okay, and what were some challenges she had to overcome?
She had to.
What did you underline? Okay, Tevin, you can just jump right in there.
She had to overcome challenges like people belittling her. They told her, Betsy, no, you can't do it because you're black and look at your skin color and stuff. But she broke past that and flew to a whole nother country and state and started doing things and like started flying and took the technique, and someone noticed and got her.
And she went to work in a barber shop because she couldn't afford her college, but she went to work so she can afford it. And she was doing manicures, did nails.
Yes, yes. She even had to learn a whole new language because this country would not let her learn how to fly. She was an awesome lady. So the purpose is actually, you gave me all the messages. Now, why did the author write that piece?
To inform people just to like stay focused and never give up on your dream no matter what people think of you.
Okay. Take a look at your purposes there. What would be the best one?
To influence.
To influence. I like that one. Okay. Did it make
To
you feel
inspire.
anything inside?
Yeah, she inspired.
She inspired me to stay in school and learn things and do stuff
Work
other
hard.
people never thought was possible.
Yeah, those are feelings. When you get a good writer, they make you feel things, and that's emotion and that's inspiration. I want you to look at the different purposes that an author could have. Let's go over some of those, and as you're reading more and more things, I want you to be able to identify the author's purpose. What was one of the things that the author could do?
Inspire.
They could inspire. What else can they do?
Inform.
They can inform. They can do what? They
Explain.
Okay, inform, explain is the same.
Influence.
Influence, that's a big one, especially if you want to do something like go into law. E-N-C-E.
Entertain.
Entertain, that one I didn't have on there.
To tell you how something works.
Okay, tell you
Instructions.
how to do something. Okay, anything else?
Make you
Explain.
feel.
To make you feel, just to make you feel. Okay, very, very good. Any questions about different authors' purposes? Okay, now, we won't have time to do it today, but what I wanted us to talk about is when you do your writing, and we're gonna learn more about Bessie. We just put the basics in here. You can decide on a purpose, and then we look at the details that would support your purpose. If you were to entertain, what kind of details would you want to add to your story about Bessie after you got the basic facts? If you were to entertain. Bessie was a very funny person.
She was a challenging person.
Yes. So if you wanted to get inspiration, you put challenges she had. You get some details about the challenges she had. Okay, what if you wanted to write an article that told you how to, and it was coming from Bessie? What kind of things would you put in a story to meet that purpose? She's going to tell you how to become a pilot. What kind of things would you put in there?
Instructions.
Instructions on, what did she have to do? I just told you she had to learn a whole new language.
She had to go to school.
Yes. Okay, then she had to do what? Could she learn to fly in the United States?
No.
She had to go to France.
How to? She had to go to France. Then she had to find a school and all of those things. So what you would do is you decide on your purpose. You decide what kind of details that will emphasize that purpose in your article. And we'll get back to that later, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So I want to thank you very much for
Thank you.
today. And I look forward to seeing you all
Next week.
next week.
Any comments?
Any comments?
Can y'all each tell something that you learned today?
Can we go around the table really fast? Anything that was new for you today? Yes, you can do it. Control, you want to start?
No, come back to me.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Yes, Kevin.
I learned art control.
Our control.
Great
Hey, that's good. Our control, yes. Oh, by the way, would you put your names on the front of your books? Because I got to count your points in there. Yes, Monet.
Learn to be team.
Okay, the vowel team. The vowel team. Two vowels together. The vowel team. And which one usually says its name when the team comes together? The first vowel usually says its name. Okay. Ashley.
Slant rhymes.
Oh, you hadn't
yeah,
heard
I
of
learned
slant
that
rhyme before?
Yeah.
That's
I
sort of
learned that
cool.
too.
Start listening to some music. You'll start hearing them now that you know they're there.
Closed symbol. I learned closed symbol.
Close
Symbols.
syllable.
Syllables.
Close syllable. Okay.
I learned the art control syllables like the
Okay. All right. Very good.
I was gonna say something. She said, learn how to pronounce,
No, you're different.
that's what I was gonna say.
Okay, well, what? Tell me something different. Anything new? So you didn't know the art control either, then? Okay, that's good to know. All right, that should help you with spelling a lot. Okay, everybody got their name on there?